Hi, I'm Aaron with Saddle Point Systems, and I am here to show you the Akiles FlexiCloser automatic wire closing system. Here it is. It's a really cool little machine, and it basically automates the manual wire closing process. So you don't have to adjust anything. You just set your book in there, and it's automatically going to detect the size of the wire, and it will close it accordingly. So I'll show you just how you would set up a job. I've got a 3/8 wire right here. So I'm going to go ahead and see if it's closing how I would like it to. So let's just put the wire in there, start the machine. So you can see the wire is actually sticking to the back, and that's because this is a magnetic back, and that's really nice because it makes sure that the top and the bottom of the wire is flush against there, so you get this beautiful, perfect circular close. If you look though, it's got a little bit of a gap. So we want that to be tighter, and I'm going to go ahead and adjust for that. So I've got a second wire, and right now you can see this LCD screen is at positive 0.9 millimeters. So I'm going to go ahead and close it up. So now we're at negative 0.3 millimeters. So I actually just shifted it about 1.2 millimeters in diameter, which eyeballing it looks pretty good. So let's see if I was right. Put that against the stopper, push the button, and let's see. So yeah, that's pretty much where we want it, nice and tight, pages aren't going to fall out. So now we're ready to actually bind a book. And the way you do that, you take your wire, you just put it on this wire snatch. You take your book, and I'm going to show you how we bind the book so that you don't see this seam on the outside, and it actually hides in the back page. And the way you do that, I'll show you how the book will look. And the way you hide the seam is you take the back page and you just flip it around to the front. And you're going to have the shiny side touching the shiny side. And then when it's bound, you can just flip it back. So take my stack of pages, put it right here, hang my book. I'm just going to go ahead and push that, make sure it's nice and flush. So you can see, nice and round, nice and tight, and then when we close our book, there are no seams. So it's perfect. And the really neat thing about this machine is, so I've got a 1/2-inch book. That calibration, that's saved forever until I change it again. So I don't have to worry about it. I can bind a different size book, and then I can come back to the 3/8, and it's going to hit the mark every time. And I'm going to show you how that works. So I've got a 1/2-inch book right here. So the machine actually had a saved calibration for the 1/2-inch book, and it's its own separate thing, and it remembered it, and you can see it did a great job. And let's say that I've got another 3/8-inch book, and I just want to go right back to it. You know, in a manual closer, you would be twisting knobs, or maybe one knob and getting it right in its place, but for this, there is no work. You just build your book, let the machine do all the work for you. So another thing I want to show you is the safety feature of this machine. It's a really nice feature. If you're worried about crushing fingers, there is a sensor that's automatically going to detect if your finger's in there. So it just pops right back up, no worries, you're not going to have any fingers crushed. And the last thing I want to show you that really makes this machine a high production, or at least mid production versus low volume, is what's called high efficiency mode. So what you do to get into high efficiency mode is you turn it off, turn it back on, let it boot up into its cycle. And I'm going to hold this plus sign right here for a couple seconds until I see it. So it says low. And what that means is this closing bar is actually going to lower and then raise up and only go about halfway. So it doesn't go all the way up, which is just going to save you time in terms of mechanical motion and waiting. And I'll show you how that works. Okay, got my book. So you can see it only went halfway, and it's not like you're saving minutes, but those seconds are definitely going to add up if you're doing 100 or 200 books. So had I had my pages stacked a little better, you could see how quick you could actually do this, but I'm sure you can use your imagination as well. And there's a case of me just getting sloppy with my pages. So that was operator error. Not the machine's fault. Okay. We're going to go through, see this through. Okay, stick it in there. Again, perfect bind and a little faster, so it's a really great machine. If you have any questions or if you would like to purchase a machine or any of the supplies, give us a call or email us. Again, that's the Akiles FlexiCloser, and thank you very much for watching. Have a great day.